All right, our next guest on the Rock the Curly W podcast is a three-time all-district and all-region golfer while at East Rock, a fourth-place finisher in states as a junior and a third-place finisher as a senior. He ended up going to Virginia Wesleyan before transferring back to Bridgewater College to play a little golf. It's Jacob Chet Laughlin. What's up? What's up, Laughlin?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
How's it going, brother?
Good, man. Just hanging in there, living the dream.
So, we got a little backstory. You're in Atlanta right now, or well, not in Atlanta right now. You're in Spartansburg on your way to Atlanta. So
correct.
You guys got the first event of the season?
Yep, we are heading to Oglethorpe University's event at Royal Lakes and Flowery Branch, which is just right outside of Atlanta. Should be a pretty sweet event, but the only issue is today was the first time any of us had hit a golf ball outside in about 3 weeks, which presents a challenge. As both of you guys know as golfers. So, that'll be interesting. The nice weather will be nice. It was 55 down here today. So hopefully, get things rolling early and, keep them rolling.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it's a little bit warmer down there than it is up here right now.
It is. Yeah. Today we stopped just outside of Charlotte today at a little course. It was about 50. And sunny as could be. So, it felt, based on where we had been, it felt pretty good.
It was 19 degrees here, or it's 19 degrees here right now.
And windy. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah.
Pretty nasty stuff. But first of all, we said your nickname is Chet. How in the world did you get the nickname Chet?
Dude, man. So basically, me, big basketball player, at East Rockingham High School. My freshman year, decided I'd play JV basketball because Will Geen was varsity golf coach and also basketball. And I showed up, and I guess first couple practices, Matt Ray, who's one of the best dudes you ever meet, Coach Ray, hell of a guy, comes up and goes, "Man, you look like Chet." And I said, "Man, I, with all due respect, have no idea where that comes from, what that name could have anything to do with." He said, "Yeah, Chet from the movie Weird Science." And I said, I have to go home and check it out. And I guess I had just gotten a buzz cut, like a high and tight. And I looked like this military high and tight guy named Chet. And apparently Chet wasn't exactly the nicest guy in the movie. And I like to think I'm a pretty nice guy, but I guess the haircuts were the same. Nowadays, they're probably not. But, so, dude, he started calling me Chet. And before you know it, when you're, I guess, an underclassman, and anything, and, upperclassmen start, calling you this, that, it just stuck. It did. Anybody that knows me now knows me by Chet. And that's pretty much my Twitter handle and Instagram as well. I think the only people that probably call me Jacob are my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's always been Laughlin for me.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people Laughlin too. Jacob gets boring.
Yeah. Go ahead, Merce.
All right. So, he said it, three-time district golfer there. What's your favorite high school golf memory? Because I know I've got a lot from back when we played. They weren't good. They weren't good golfing, but they're more funny, if anything. So what's your best one?
He was.
Yeah, he was.
You weren't.
I wasn't.
You
and
weren't.
I'm still not.
Dude, Merce, I'm telling you, you were a hell of a time to play with, man.
That's all I
want.
Yes.
That's all that matters when you really look at it. Dude, honestly, oh, man. There's a lot of good ones. One that really sticks out in my head is a practice round at Glen Roki, my junior year of high school. Our first time our team went, which was kind of a different feel, when you have other guys there with you that are, some of your closest friends, especially in high school. The guy, some of your high school teammates happen to just be, really close friends. And buddy of mine, Jacob Hensley, and then Colin Dean, you guys know Colin. And we were playing state tournament practice round. It is pouring down rain at Glen Roki. We have just no chance we should even be playing, but of course, you're going to play if they let you, you've never seen the course. We come up, hole 3 is this little par 4. You finish 2's par 3, and 3 come up over this huge hill, and you can't see anything. You can't stop the cart if it's obviously wet as can be. You can probably see where this is going.
Oh no.
And dude, the day before the state championship, I can't remember who I was riding with, but Lord have mercy, we hit the hell out of this golf cart in front of us, smashed up the bags on it. We couldn't stop for anything. Oh, coach is so mad. We got done. He said, we haven't played 2 holes yet. He said, and I'm ready to walk off. And about that time, we said, coach, we're fine. We'll walk off too. We really don't want to be out here playing either. Pissing down rain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We ended up playing the rest of the round. I think we finished second or third that year. But I mean, I don't know. That was a pretty good memory. Just dumb stuff like that's kind of fun from high school golf. Really not golf related stuff, more or less the bus rides and then, practice rounds and then messing around. Can I hit this golf shot? Where can we see this golf ball go? That stuff gets pretty fun.
Who's that sound like,
absolutely.
Ty? Who's that sound like? What can I hit here? Where's this golf ball going to go?
Well, I mean, his is usually trying to work a shot. Yours would be
no. I'm not talking about me.
Oh, that sounds like Ryan Painter to me.
Ryan Painter. I was about to say that.
He's like, I'm going to hit this pull, draw, cut stinger off this downhill lie, and it's going to go to about 2 feet.
Yeah, from 60 yards instead of hitting just a regular pitch shot.
I'm going to hit this. Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I saw him hit a couple drivers probably a few months ago. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He has gotten massively long.
Yeah. I know right before COVID hit, he was training himself for the long drive competition and was stinging the golf ball too.
Yeah.
Has kind of, and I don't think Ryan would mind me saying this. It's kind of messed up his regular golf swing though. He's not as good a golfer as he used to be.
He's got them Bryson Power moves, baby.
That's right. He used to challenge Elliott for the club championship every year at the Caverns Country Club, but
not anymore.
Haven't heard from Ryan on day. I think we've gotten a couple of WDs from Ryan on day 2.
Yeah. Elliott Good doesn't withdraw on day 2. I tell you that.
No, it's tough to beat.
That's a 69 waiting.
Although I think Elliott has not been the champion the last 2 years at the Caverns Country Club.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, that's one of my favorite golf courses in America. I mean, the vibe
it's beautiful.
That place and just the shape that it stays in. I mean, you really can't complain. I mean, there's really not anything wrong with it, at least in the past, couple of years. I know it used to be pretty rough, but I mean, nowadays, you get out there, it is fun. I mean, I love playing there.
Other than the bunkers are still rough.
Yeah.
But that's, we're working on that. But
that's just part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we mentioned all these good high school memories and stuff like that, but you guys had a great coach in Will Geen. I don't know how he was with you guys. He might've been a little tougher on you guys than what he was with, opposing teams. Geen was always one of those guys that would just crack up with, us at Page and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. He was the same way with us.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So talk about him as a coach a little bit.
I don't know. I mean, I had Geen. It was a little bit different for me because I saw him in basketball and also golf, which could two completely different things. And it was funny that in basketball, the switch could flip, I mean, timeout, right out the gate, 4-0 run, and he's pulling everybody out 5-for-5 substitution and letting you know it. But in golf, he's just, I think he kind of, I think he knew that golf was more of an individualized sport and that you kind of just got to let kids do their thing at a certain point in time. You can prepare all you want. But once you get into the heat of the moment, there's really not much that they really can tell you at that level that's really going to change the shot you're going to hit under that kind of pressure.
Right.
Whereas in basketball, a little bit different. You got 5 guys out there. You kind of figure something out. Guys having an off night, you find somebody else to run something through. Of course, I mean, that doesn't really work for a lot of teams, but, for good basketball teams. So he was interesting in basketball, definitely. Of course, I wasn't very good. I mean, I was just on the team because all my buddies were. I could shoot it a little bit here and there. And, it was fun. And, 2A school and, it's not going to be crazy competitive. I was fine being 10th, 11th, 12th, man. It was just fun. And, once you realize it after sophomore year, there's other things. Once you start, that gap goes to varsity and kids are, playing all year round, then it gets a little different, But the JV years with Geen, I mean, they were fun, man. I mean, he was a good guy to be around, fun coach, but the thing that I liked most about him golf-wise, he just lets you do your thing. He wasn't really going to, if you're going to act like I think I had some outbursts in high school, and I think he'd have to keep me in check here and there. But, I think for the most part, he was pretty chill. Just let you really do what you wanted.
Good deal. I think we might have lost Merce there for a minute, but me and you can keep going. Going into your college days, I know you guys played at Woodstone. So, did you just tell coaches, hey man, I shoot like 69 every time I go out, instead of that being a 2 or 3 under, that's a 4 over or whatever. Did you use that to your advantage or?
That's funny you say that because, you guys, Hunter Hensley, Riley Hensley, you guys know Riley and Hunter. Oh yeah. Come on. I used to joke with Riley and Hunter, mainly Riley, because Hunter was a few years older than me, but mainly Riley. I'd play Woodstone. I'd say, man, at Woodstone, I'm Division I. I'm playing in the ACC. I'm going anywhere. Yeah. And I said, I send these scores from Woodstone. 66, 69, 68. Yeah. And then they're like, man, this kid can play until you realize that's 14 over par. So that was kind of funny. Yeah. I played a lot at Lakeview. So I got that feel more than anything. And then Heritage Oaks also. But Woodstone, is pretty close to, I live in Massanutten, so it's, pretty close. And the par threes aren't exactly easy. That's what we used to tell people, working there is like, par 65, go out, chip and putt it. You still got to hit it 160 yards and, relatively straight.
Yeah, it's not sandy bottoms there in Bridgewater.
No, it's certainly in sandy bottom. No. But no, definitely playing there. There were advantages and disadvantages, probably more disadvantages, but definitely were some advantages. I had a decent practice facility, the course stays in relatively good shape. It's just, you're kind of limited when you're playing a par 65. That just
would you say that dialed in your iron shots though?
Yes and no. I do feel like the best part of my golf game is probably ball striking. I'm not really, when I get it going with the putter, I can play with any, and can, but the putter is very streaky and always has been, probably always will be. But, I've always been a relatively good iron player. And I think that's just honestly because I got pretty good hands and not really like, obviously not the hands that, like a Ty Comer, Seth Comer, middle infield has, but
here we go,
decent. And, but, speaking of that, I don't mean to get off topic, but I don't know, who really listens to this. I don't know much about it. I did see it on Facebook. The young man from Page, TR Williams, I believe is his name. Great baseball player. That's a shame. Hopefully praying for that kid. So if anybody hears that out there, there are kids, people in Elkton also praying for him. So, absolutely. But yeah, that's a shame. that kid's a baller. Hopefully he can get back into form.
Good updates on TR from his dad yesterday, I believe. He started moving his legs. So
okay. Yeah. That's a scary little disease that they were, saying he might have. That's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name of it, but I remember looking it up. That's pretty nasty stuff, but yeah. Hopefully he can turn it around. Looks like he'll be all right. He's a tough kid. I got to see him, not live, but I saw a huddle or something highlight, dude, he's good.
Like, kid's filthy, man.
Kid's filthy. He's legit.
And that's the scary thing about this syndrome that he's undergoing right now too, is that, a week ago or a week and a half ago, I think they said it on WHSV, he was able to lift 400 pounds. He was able to throw 92 from the left side, all that different stuff that he likes to do. And then all of a sudden, man, now he's just shut down. He's
yeah.
So it's definitely a scary situation.
Definitely. Hopefully, he's going to turn it around. Another note, Merce, saw your Bulldogs today. Yeah. That's a good one. Congratulations on that one. That's pretty big time now.
They needed that. I bet that felt good. After losing them last year, so I bet that felt really good, especially going down there.
Was that Gate City? Did they play Gate City?
Back-to-back years.
Wow.
And it's ridiculous, too, because Luray had the top seed, and we'll talk about this a bunch on tomorrow's podcast when we start doing the local sports, but they had the top record in all of VHSL, but VHSL made them travel. I think somebody added it up. It's like over 900 miles that they had to travel
5 days
in the past 5 days. Even though they were undefeated, and beat everybody by double digits. And then they had to go to Gate City, who they lost to in the state championship last year. And they were able to pull out a win this year. So yeah, definitely.
That's pretty sweet. They've got 2 girls that can really play, right?
Emily Weekly and then Brynlee
Burrell.
Gotcha.
You might remember her brother, Braden, played for
Okay.
He was younger.
So.
He was a couple years younger than us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think when we were seniors, he was either an 8th grader or a freshman. One of those two. I don't really remember.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, let's get into some college golf. Me and Merce both said when we hopped on here, man, that we're extremely jealous. If we could pick anything to do, like playing college golf is freaking sick.
Mm-hmm.
You originally went to Virginia Wesleyan, made an impact right off the bat. You played in 6 events for the you guys, the Mariners,
the
or
Marlins.
Marlins. There you go. You tied for 8th at the Marlin Invitational in March, shooting 2-round 155. And you registered a low round of even par 72 in the first round of a Marlin Invitational. That's all in your freshman year. And then you ended up racking up an ODAC Player of the Week in your sophomore year. So talk about your time at Virginia Wesleyan. Did you enjoy that? What went on there?
So basically out of high school, I had a couple options. I narrowed it down to, it was Wesleyan, Methodist University, Bridgewater, obviously, and then had also kind of talked to a few schools in Florida that were Division II. But so I kind of knew I wanted to go to Wesleyan. I went on a visit, and initially they were nasty the year I was coming in, and had best player in the country, and in Evan Cox. So I figured, go to Wesleyan. Brian Hearn, the coach at the time, awesome guy, great guy. Just kind of part of how college, he's got a career also. I'll get into that in a second. But, so he's a great guy. He reeled me in, basically team was awesome. So I get to Wesleyan, get there. Virginia Beach is awesome. I mean, I had a great time my freshman year. But Hearn, the coach, left when I came in. He got a better offer at Center College in Kentucky, I think. I want to say that's right. And, had to take it. It's part of the business, is what it is. And so he left. Things kind of changed. We got another coach, things go this way, that way, but we're still nasty. I mean, my sophomore year, I think we were top 30. And that was playing at a school that really was historically terrible. I mean, just awful. So they're playing in awful events. And after our freshman year, we were able to get into some pretty good events sophomore year. And we had Carter Morgan. Carter Morgan's one of the better golfers in the state of Virginia now. He's one of my best friends. He was my roommate freshman year, played 2 years at Wesleyan. And then after we both decided, I was like, I'm not coming back to Wesleyan. I don't really know what I'm doing. He's, I hope he listens to this. He's madly in love. So my man wanted to stay in Norfolk. And that's exactly what he did. He went on to ODU. He's played unbelievably good golf at ODU. He played in the U.S. Amateur last year. Nice. He's beat some of the best players in Virginia in the state amateurs. I mean, so we were stacked and we were good. But after my sophomore year, I kind of realized, like, I don't really know if this is the place for me. I'd kind of like to get back to Bridgewater. I really like John Rogers, the coach up there. And I know that the guys up there are pretty cool. So I said, Wesleyan had enough, is what it is. Wasn't, just transfer back to Bridgewater. So after Wesleyan, had a really good summer. So I basically, to throw it in the loop, I had to have a heart surgery in the middle of that. So
you didn't play in 2018-19.
Yeah, 18-19. I had my pulmonary valve replaced.
Dang.
And so that was a pretty big recovery, pretty big surgery. And so get through that. And then that spring, I'm like, all right, I think I probably want to play college golf again. I was either between going, let's go. I was going to go to JMU or, Bridgewater to play. And I wasn't going to go to JMU to play, obviously. So that summer, I said, I'll play in some events, see how I can play in the spring. I ended up playing pretty well in a couple of events. I played good. I made the cut in the Eastern Amateur. I made the match play at the State Am, which is pretty kind of what you strive for as an am in Virginia. So I kind of started getting a few reach outs from a couple other programs that were, at a little bit higher level. Of course, there's not much money involved in golf at the D1 level, as much as people want to think there is. You know, your studs are on full ride, and at the bigger schools, you know, majority of the kids are. But at, you know, low major, mid major, you know, it's about half and half. And I got a few decent phone calls that, you know, there were some spots open at a couple of Division I schools that you could walk on, you know, come do this, come do that. And, you know, I'd always thought my big thing was, you know, you can kind of attest to this too, Ty, in a sense, is, you know, that goal is, I want to be D1, until you really get into the D3 life and you start realizing you're not good. Like, there's so many guys out here better than you at your level.
Yep.
You know, so I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, surely I can go walk on and, you know, never play a match in my life, you know, but hell, I had a great time. I played D1, you know, or I could go, you know, come to Bridgewater, make an immediate impact, be all conference and play every event and travel all up and down the East Coast and, you know, pay the same amount of money.
Yep.
You know, so that's kind of what it came down to me. I had you know, so I played good that summer. And I got in touch with John, who I've known for a while, the Bridgewater coach, and JR and we got to talking. And I mean, it was pretty easy decision. I knew right away I'd come to Bridgewater and, you know, we're going to have a good team. I was probably going to be able to qualify for majority, if not all events, which is also appealing because you do want to, you know, just play at the end of the day. And Bridgewater just had a lot more, I don't know how to, maybe funding. That's probably the right word.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot more opportunity for me to, you know, be wearing cool shirts like this and, you know, get all the hats I want, belt, you know, whatever. You know, not really having to worry about that. And, you know, makes you feel like a college athlete, you know. Whereas at Wesleyan, you know, I had some stuff, but, you know, Bridgewater, they really, really took care of me, you know. So I'm like, you know, place is cool. I'll transfer in. I get to live in Harrisonburg. So I live in Harrisonburg with two of my best friends and then commute. I live at the top of Devon in Port Republic.
In a prime spot.
It is. It's
a prime spot.
You ain't got to tell me, brother.
Yeah.
It's a very good spot. Yeah. Well, both of my roommates they both are at JMU and, you know, they both have lived in that area for their, you know, past few years. So we just wanted to do it again this year and they need a roommate. So it's been fun. You know, I kind of, you know, Bridgewater's not exactly the biggest, you know, party school by any means. Not that that's what I'm looking for really, but it is nice to, you know, be able to go be a 22-year-old when you want to be, and also be able to go to school. So the choice to come to Bridgewater was pretty easy. I mean, once I realized, you know, I'm not really that appealing of a transfer to, you know, anywhere that could give me money of any, you know, I haven't played that good. But I am, you know, good enough to go make an impact at a pretty, you know, good program and a program that's only getting better. So, I mean, that decision was just easy as hell for me. I mean, and especially just being able to play golf. I mean, just golf all the time. Yep. I mean, it's just, you know, you're just playing golf. I mean, it's just awesome.
All right. So, you know, back when we played, some people took it serious in high school. Some others didn't. So, would you say college golf is like more serious in high school? And then what's the biggest difference between high school golf and college golf?
That's a good question. I would definitely say it is more serious. Yeah. Because every kid there is there to play. But I would say it's also fun in the sense that they're still the same kids, you know? You know, it's still me out there. Like, I mean, I'm gonna, you know, if I flag one in a golf tournament, you know, I'm gonna let my group know that I just flagged it. You know, like I'm gonna say, hey, that was pure as hell, man. Like I just pured that, and I you know, like that's just how I like, you know, like for me, college golf has kind of been the same as like playing with my buddies in a sense, but for a lot of people, yeah, it is different, and that frustrates me. I think. You know, more than a lot of people is, I think certain people look at life a little bit differently through different scopes, you know, you can get deep about it if you really want, but, you know, I mean, honestly, and, you know, I think you see it more at the college level, really, these freshmen and sophomores. I feel like it's underclassmen that really, really, really press and really are trying to make a name for themselves. And that was me also, you know, as an underclassman, I mean, I worried myself sick. You know, I'm an anxious person. So, you know, I was anxious. I wanted to play. I couldn't, you know, you're an athlete, you're competitive, you want to be out there. And then you kind of, you know, as you realize you've kind of proven yourself, you're a junior, you're a senior, you kind of start slowing it down and realizing, hey, I'm kind of just doing it now because it's fun, because I'm get to do it. Like, you know, I'm glad I'm here. You know, I would honestly say that my first 2 years, I was kind of like, man, I don't really know if I want to be doing this D3 sports. Like, this kind of sucks, man. I'm like working out and like, you know, but I'm paying, like, you know, this just isn't that fun. And then once you kind of realize, like, man, like get around the right group of guys, like, man, this is kind of what I wanted to do now. You know, this is a good time. You know, Ty, you can attest to that. You know, you get around the right group of guys and it's like, hell, I mean, this was a pretty fun couple of years, you know, flies by. So honestly, to answer your question, the biggest difference is probably the amount of kids that take it really serious. You know, we're in high school, you know, in Elkton, Virginia, and Page County, baby, our 3 through 6, 2 through 6, maybe 1 through 6 sometimes. I mean, they wouldn't give a damn. Give me 1 sec. I gotta let somebody in.
You good?
Hold up.
And so this is a spot where we can we'll cut the audio and then
yeah. But anyways, I mean, high school, it's like, I don't know, you just have these kids, you know, you're 1 through 6, you know, for us, these kids in Page County and Elkton, I mean, you know, we're just out playing golf. I mean, you know, we're out hitting a little white ball around, but then you get into college and, you know, that's why, you know, everybody had a purpose to come. So it definitely does get a little more serious. You do have guys out there like me, you know, that cut up and, you know,
having a good time.
I mean, yeah, like, you know, I'm definitely more serious in tournament golf, but not in the comparison I used to be. You know, I would say I was more serious in high school than now. You know, in high school, I thought it was everything, you know, I needed to do, you know, it's all, you know, my life depended on it. Now it's like, man, I got to get that piece of paper sometime too, you know.
That's for sure. Yep. All right. So we're going to leave you off with one more question, and I did not prep you for this one, so I apologize for throwing you under the bus here. But
you're good.
Your take on Patrick Reed?
Ooh.
Because he's been in the news a lot recently. Have you seen all the stuff? Like you've seen like the Golf Facts Twitter page and all that?
Oh yeah. I'm caught up on golf Twitter. Dude, honestly, it pisses me off how good he is at golf.
Yeah.
If I could word it any way, that's probably what I would say. It's really annoying that he is one of the best players in the world because he really doesn't have to act the way he does.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, I mean, you listen to all the guys. I mean, from Brandel Chambly to Nick Faldo, all of them, they all will say the same thing. Who's got the best hands on tour? It's probably Patrick Reed.
Yeah.
Who's got the best short game on tour? It's probably Patrick Reed. But it's a shame that he's in the limelight so much, or spotlight, excuse me. And it's just, you know, I definitely feel like there are other guys out there on the tour that are, you know, missing cuts and finishing 48th and TV cameras nowhere to be seen. And, you know, ball moves here, ball moves there in the bunker. Yeah, they're not going to say anything. But I don't think they notice. You know, I feel like Patrick Reed now, I mean, dude, that last one, I mean,
that was bad.
I mean, dude, after all the stuff he's been through, after all the spotlight, after all the crap, after all the rules infractions, he's got to be more careful than anybody on tour.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know, he can't be the most loose guy out there. He's not Rory. You know, he's not Mr. Politically Correct. You know, he's the villain. So I think it frustrates me the most that you're playing a golf course that actually has tall rough and he hits a golf ball and it's got a terrible lie, green side. He hadn't had a plug ball all day. And that one happened to plug.
That's my thing.
After hitting the cart path.
Yeah.
After hitting
the path and bouncing in the volunteer, obviously they're a volunteer. They can't, you know, you're playing for $1.5 million. It's not up to the volunteer, Patrick.
They're just there for the gear.
Like they're just there for the gear and they're there to show you where the ball goes if it's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Like that's just about it. Like they're not telling you, you know, was it embedded? The volunteer probably can't break 120.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have a clue. They pick it up and place it on the green when they play.
We had a situation when it was me and Robbie Comer and Corey Amos and Elliot Good. We all went over and watched the Open Championship at Royal Portrush when Shane Lowry ended up winning. And so we're standing out there on one hole, and Matt Kuchar has flown his ball into the crap, right? And so we're sitting there, and it's like we're roped off. We've got like probably about 15 yards in between us and the ball. And this little kid I'm pretty sure his dad told him to do it, but that's neither here nor there. The kid runs underneath the thing, picks up Kuchar's ball, starts running back towards the rope, and the volunteer, who should have probably been like standing by the ball, was like, "Hey, get back here!" And so like the kid like tossed it up in the air and panicked, and so then they allowed Kuchar a drop. And so Kuchar got a great lie out of it, but still ended up screwing it up. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what the volunteers are there for. They're not there to know the rules and stuff like that. So,
dude, it also like, it just gets more interesting with Patrick Reed too. You know, he has the weird little cheating thing with the embedded ball, which is, I mean, that was just weird. I mean, like, there's really no other way to put it than just shouldn't do that. I mean, you're what are you, 10 under, leading the golf tournament? You're the only guy they have the camera on. We know how bad golf coverage is. They show 3 shots every 10 minutes. All 3 of them are the leader. If you're leading, that's all where the camera is.
Absolutely.
And that's every bit of it. I mean, he's kind of just stupid, really, to, you know, not know who's around. And it shows even really how stupid he is that he can't switch his Twitter accounts back and forth. Nor can his wife.
Yeah, and not only that, but then he goes through and he goes ahead and he knows that this account has been seen with that exact verbiage, and he copied and pasted it to his other account. Come on, man.
He's an idiot, man.
Like, at least change it up a little bit.
I'm the biggest Patrick Reed hater.
Oh, okay.
I don't like him.
I was about to say, it sounded like you were saying you're the biggest Patrick Reed fan.
I'm a Patrick Reed Ryder Cup fan. I'll tell you that.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Was it the President's Cup back in Australia when his brother, who was his caddy, got into it with someone in the fans?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. His brother's always mouthing off with people, yeah. I think it's brother-in-law, right?
Yeah, it's his brother-in-law. It's his wife's brother,
yeah. Oh, Justine, man, she's nasty. I mean, there's not a chance in hell Patrick goes home without her scolding him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she is
finished tied for 5th this week. Are you kidding me? That's ain't
not enough money for my shopping trip.
Dude, I mean, I think the most baffling part is probably, of all the cheating, all the BS, it is the Twitter accounts to me.
Yeah. I mean, yep.
It is the on there tweeting about, you know, and I think I saw some tweets. I mean, maybe like 2016, 2017, she's tweeting after final rounds. 14 pins today, all cut on the back right. All 4 par 3s cut on the back right. Well, you know who doesn't like pins cut back right? A guy that
likes to play the big hook. Yeah.
And a guy that plays big hook, you know, so stuff's just
he should have just kept going with his little patented helicopter finish.
Dude, he had the helicopter rolling. He had it rolling, man.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's just a shame because he's so good at golf.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't like me out there kind of
not me
foot wedge
knocking it
around the tree. Yeah.
Not the old this looks like fairway. I can fluff it up.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
All right, Laughlin. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to come on, brother. We'll let you get some sleep. Get you a good start to your senior season at Bridgewater, man. We're looking forward to following you and giving you guys some coverage there at Bridgewater Golf as well. So
appreciate you boys, Mercer and Ty. You guys are always a good time, man. We need to get out and play soon.
Yes.
Get the weather a little bit better.
100% down for that.
Cool, boys. Appreciate it again, man.
Iced out here, so
yeah,
absolutely. All right, Laughlin. See you, man.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a good one.